The earliest thing I remember on the farm, that's when the combine was pulled by a whole bunch of horses, like 20 horses or so. And the fella that drove the horses had to have rocks to throw at the horses, because horses are smart enough, they can look like they're pulling just as hard as can be, but the chains can be just hanging as loose. But they can act like
they can fake it?
Oh, you bet they can.
That's really funny.
So
That's interesting.
they called him the Skinner. He had to have a bucket full of rocks up there, and he could hit that horse with a rock, you know, little small rocks.
Right.
But enough to get their attention and get them back to work. Well, the original combine would have about 5 to 6 men on it.
Really?
And you could probably do 30, 40 acres a day in a good day. And now, if they don't do 150 acres with one combine, with one person now, our farm started out small and grown since it started. It started out as about 600 acres, all total. The farm had been farmed before, before Dad moved on it, but it had been really farmed poorly. And the section that the house is on had been farmed where it was just nothing but blowing from one side to the other. And if you look back in the records, at one time the Belford Gentry of England had a loan on that farm. And at one time our closest neighbors owned the ground that we own now. And you know, there's a picture upstairs of what the house was originally. But the buildings have always been in the same place.
Did the house exist before your father bought the home, or did he build it from scratch?
He built the house,
Okay.
yeah, on there. And it was built in 1918. And then everything that's there has been built. There was a barn there, but it was north of the house where the original barn was. But the hired man went in smoking one time and threw the cigarette down in the straw, and
Into the barn.
that took care of that barn.
Was it near where that windmill is?
Yeah, it'd be a little farther out than that windmill.
So maybe where it used to have...
More like where John and Ellen's house is
Okay.
now.
Did you love farming though from the beginning, or was it more just an attachment to home?
I like farm. I like the farm. I'm like David the same way. He's not interested in getting off the farm.
Okay.
He's happy to go on the farm. Yeah. To me, it was always a challenge. Early, like when Carol asked about irrigation, before irrigation, it wasn't a matter. I wasn't concerned about whether we were going to make money on the crop or not. It was just whether I could grow a good crop, because you always came out with enough to survive it, because you could just cut down what you bought. But when irrigation came along, that turned into a little different story.